James says she's waiting to learn why her daughter, Latoya James, was shot.
You won't tell me anything. But my baby is still laying down here on the floor.
James was visiting her cousin Varshawn Brown, who family says was also shot. Family says he is hospitalized, but James' body remains inside the house.
I'm always scared for my babies. I'm always scared. When I become the color of their skin, I'm always scared. And my fear finally came.
They made it this way. If they're wondering why we're fearful, they made it this way.
The Georgia Bureau of Investigation is investigating. Investigators say Camden County Sheriff's deputies were executing a drug-related search warrant at the home. The GBI says after knocking on the door and identifying themselves, deputies entered the home. Investigators say there was an exchange of gunfire between the residents and law enforcement. Pastor McKnight's cousin lives across the street from the house. He says the sound of gunshots woke people up.
The way the door looked, you could tell they rammed it. She's just there visiting her cousin. So why was she gunned down like an animal?
Family says James had a 7-year-old daughter.
I was just with my baby yesterday. I left her at 8 o'clock last night. You woken up to tell me she's dead?
It's not fair.
In a statement, GBI said Camden County Sheriff's Office was executing a drug-related search warrant, knocked and announced themselves before making entry into the residence. They go on to say there was an exchange of gunfire between Varshawn Lamont Brown and Latoya Denise James. Pastor Devon Knight is also related to Brown. He says despite the preliminary report, he has more questions.
I find that very hard to believe, especially with James. Now, my cousin Sean, I'm sure he was very protective of his house, very protective of his environment. He probably was trying to protect himself, thinking it was a robber or something of that nature, and he could have exchanged fire, but I just do not believe that Latoya exchanged any type of gunfire.